Right, here we go. Welcome back to the channel and to another stream. And here we are then on the home screen of the game still. Oh dear, I think we'll get straight to the daily races and then I will fill you in with what's just been happening in RL250 HQ. One or two bits. As a result, we are, what are we, 20 minutes late to the start of the stream, but there you go. Get into the daily race on Dragon Trail Seaside, and then we'll go through what's been going on. Should be alright though. So here we go, Dragon Trail Seaside. So yeah, came in and the capture card was completely dead. So I was a bit like, oh okay, black screen. Okay, fair enough then. What's going on here then? So I restarted the PC, nothing. Went to Elgato for some updates, nothing. Alright, okay. What happens now? I've got a black screen. I can't do anything. The PS5 was still working. That was still working fine. That was all coming through. Shut it all down, turn it on again. Nothing. Right, okay. Well, I don't know then. Had another look at Elgato. Nothing on there. I tried to install an update for Elgato itself. Nothing. It's like, oh well, I'm getting desperate now, to be honest. I don't really know what I'm going to do. Still got a black screen. Absolutely nothing. So I unplugged the capture card, PS5, cables, monitors, everything. Very quick fire, stripped down the whole rig. Plugged it all back in, and it was working again. So I don't know. We're here. It's working. We are 20 minutes behind schedule, but we'll do what we can today. So it might be a bit of a shorter one because of that, a bit of a shorter stream, but we'll do what we can with the time that we've now got left. Oh dear. So as it stands, it's all working. I think it must have just been like a glitch in the capture card software or something, because it hasn't. It's still working totally fine, and the PS5 was fine. It was coming through there. So all in all, I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but it's working now. I'll try this Dragon Trail Gardens out then. Very bouncy Genesis G70. You've had a go on this already. Yesterday, very briefly. Very bouncy car, the Genesis G70. Right, let's get time put in. 8 minutes until we're going racing. Stop bouncing around on the curves. It's going to be fun today, this one. It's going to be very interesting. on, I don't know if I'm on the... I'm on the wrong account, that's why. The time was coming up. Hang on, I'm just going to change over my streaming account. Do the races on that. So we do lose a whole heap of DR. It won't matter as much. So we should still be working, I think so. I mean, it wasn't even saying that. It was just literally dead. It was completely, like, the whole thing was just gone. Just a complete black screen right across the board. It was a bit, oh dear. Well, anyway, it's there we go. We're on the right account now. Let's get back in. The Genesis G70. This one's got to go, so we'll use that one. Right. Right, this one we should. Yeah, got no time on this account. Right, 3.5 minutes to go. Not bad, 39.8 to come in. I've got time. Yeah, one or two more. Well, that'll do. We're here. We've got time on the leaderboard. Not bad. Sub 1 minute 40. Pull a bit. Right, 39.8 to get us started. Hello, Lord Jedi. Welcome into the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hope all is well. I'll get going on this one today. Where's that put us? Not too bad. Yeah, Tensors, Genesis. Yeah. Right, and we are still, as far as I'm aware, we're still working. The panic when you come, well, not really a panic, but just a slight concern when you come in and none of your equipment's working. It's a bit, well. Right, okay. Take it on as best you can. But here we are. Right. Is it best to restart for a couple of laps? I don't think the tyres wear in qualifying. I've not known them to wear myself in qualifying. I think you can just keep going in qualifying. Couldn't find the YT account on PSN. If you go to the main account, you should find it on there. So the other 3 accounts I've got, they're all linked to the main account. So go to the friends list of the main account and you'll see them on there. Or you should see them on there. Right, we're in Chaos and Drama coming up. In varying doses, I think, on this one. Depends where we start, depends on the lobbies. It depends how, I don't know, the Genesis. It's very bouncy on these curbs. It's quite possible we're going to bounce off the track a handful of times tonight, but let's give it a go. MP12. brakes. Blimey. Right, 2 down. It's very close, this one. 6 seconds to the race leader. Very bouncy. Got a different line to us. I think they do through the chicane. Not really got the hang of this track as of yet. The chicane's one of the places we do struggle on a little bit. It's like bouncing around off this. It's got a mind of its own, this thing, going around here. The Genesis G7C, it bounces away. It just thinks, do you know what? I fancy a bit of a bounce on there, on those curves. Trouble is, though, bouncing, you lose time to the cars in front. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Oh, God, it's going to be a night, I reckon, on here. helps keep the wheel straight on there. The curbs can flip you round in an instant. A bit more stable in third gear. One's got a penalty. And there we go. Got it done. So we've got Laguna Seca corkscrew, or you can come on here and bounce around in the Genesis. Take your pick. Take your paces this week. Well, we've done it. We got P11. Right, out quali. Get my time improved. I've tried to improve my time a little bit. I think we can just go, yeah, straight back in. We could have made a move on P11. Yeah, we could have done. I think the focus for the minute is just try to finish the races unscathed. Don't spin out or anything. Don't bounce off the track into the Olive Gardens. Hence the name, Dragon. I think it's the Olive Gardens anyway. That's why it's called Dragon Trail Gardens. We get 8 minutes though between each one. Have a practice. Right, 6 minutes to go. Go around the sausages. I think on the chicane, you can be, well, we can be a bit tighter through there. There's a couple of sausages, I think, on the chicane. On this bit. We can just try to go over it. Like that. This car is so bouncy. It just, when it starts bouncing, it's just a case of, right. Right then, where are we going to end up? You have to get them spot on. Yeah, I think that's a big key of this lap, is to get that chicane spot on. Just set the samba does then, whatever. 1 minute 1.5. Right, try that again. 3.5 minutes to go. I mean, that shook me rig then doing that. Right, it's still got 39.8, but it's still not bad. It's coming. We are faster than our main account, 1 minute 40 flat. That's a good thing. See how the next race is going to go in the Genesis G70. But yeah, the shaking the rig about a little bit on them sausage curbs. See how this one's going to go. Bit like the Gouda Seika, bit tough in the beginning, kind of bed into it. But I think on this one, it's going to be this pretty much right the way through. Right, here we are in this one. Any tips for an endurance race? Your first endurance race is next weekend. I don't know really. It depends how long it is, your race. But I think any endurance race, I mean, I've only done like 2 endurance races on this game. I don't know really, I just think I'd say get your rhythm, I think, in the race. I tend to just get into the race, don't think about where you're going to finish in the beginning, just concentrate, just turn the laps, I think. Turn the laps, get in a rhythm, and just keep driving, basically. And then, yeah, that's really about it. I think for me, so 6 hours, yeah, so, yeah, I'd say for that, just drive, basically. Just enjoy the drive. Wouldn't really start thinking about the race really starting until 5 hours in, and just take it from there. Hello Phil, welcome into the stream. It's a fast lobby, it is indeed. If we bounce on this one, it's over. Although it's a bit there in the first corner. Yeah, because the 2 that I've done were 6 hours, I think, both of them. 200 lap races, the ones I did. And yeah, I just settled into it and just enjoyed the drive, basically. And then about, I think, lap 170-ish was when I've kind of said that that's when the race starts. That's when it kind of starts to get a bit tough. Just dig in a little bit to get to the end. Blimey. Want to clip that curb there to cut the corner a bit, but it's too dangerous in this thing doing that. And this final corner's a bit volatile as well. Just don't go wide, don't do that. Don't touch the very top of that curb. You're out if you do that. P13. Hanging on. Is you worn out at the end, like tired? A little bit. But just my feet really. I think my left foot was a bit sore from the braking, but then again, my left foot's got quite a few overuse running injuries in it from over the years. So these races, they can flare those up a little bit. But other than that, not too bad, really. You get a bit tired doing them, but I wouldn't say terribly. Coming through. Bouncing through. Blimey. An egg. Stop bouncing. It's Genesis, honestly. It's just bouncy, bouncy. It's the way it's going to be tonight. Too late. Right, final lap. There we go, that's that one. P13. Oh, it's going to be one of those. I don't know what to say about the bouncing. I really don't. It is. It's just it's violent when it does it. It shakes the rig and everything when it does it. And again, it's kind of like, well, the car's going to bounce. You just brace yourself basically for wherever the car's going to stop, where the car's going to put you when it's finished bouncing. So, in a straight line, in the barrier, facing the wrong way, in the grass, whatever. You just, there's no control over it at all. It's no control. The Genesis has its way. Not, well, yeah, 12 seconds behind, not too bad. Close race, though. Yeah, good close racing, though. We're still there, just at the back of the pack. Right, let's go back into quali. Have a look at the 785. This curve here, this one, is absolutely awful if you get on the top of that and you're not expecting it. The car starts to wobble. It's basically like corkscrew at Laguna Seca. That's it. Out you go. Not debating it. You're straight out. Not miss a turn for that one. Kind of did it, but not really. Restart. Got the pace to go faster. Yeah, that's it. It's the qualifying. Get a good time. Know where the car's going to bounce and where the car's not going to bounce as much. It'll bounce either way, I reckon. Story race has been done on GT Sport. There's one on GT7. The campaign in TT. Well, they are good fun at the daily basis if you do ever decide to start giving them a try at some point. There is fun to be had. This could be quite good. Could be. Not too bad, 0.8. Could be, yeah, I think mid-39's not too far away. I think we could possibly, quite possibly get that. Just a case of, just, yeah, getting the lap sorted. Stop bouncing car. I think that's the first bit of it. Reduce the bouncing. I think this chicane is by far the worst offender so far when you come over here. Right, third race of the day. Yeah, so mid-39's in here, so 0.5's P10. And what's that? So 0.8, 0.5. One bounce through the chicane. Get us that? One less bounce through the chicane. But it's going to be close again, this one. Looking at the state of play. on Dragon Trail Gardens. I think this, I don't know, for some reason it reminds me of Herman Tilke, the guy who designs all the Formula One tracks. It just feels and looks like, to me, a Herman Tilke kind of track, this one, Dragon Trail Gardens. It's got all typical Herman Tilke corners. We've got the chicanes that Herman Tilke likes, going onto straights that Herman Tilke quite likes. We've got the hairpins that Herman Tilke quite likes. A nice right-hand corner. Well, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 to 4 right-handers that, again, Herman Tilke does like stringing corners together. And this final corner, which again, it just seems to me like a Herman Tilke kind of thing. The last couple of corners. Spin on that curve. A nice track though. It is a nice track. Just a very technical circuit to try and get the hang of. Let's try and catch the next group in front. Right, 2 to go, it's a few cars in front. See up here. Relatively poised at the minute. Well, it wasn't too bad, really. We are able to race other people. It's not like we're amazingly that far behind. quite a few cars there that were bundled up towards the end of the race. Right, let's go and qualify. Yeah, thanks, Jedi. Appreciate it as always. And if you are enjoying the stream and the dramas of Dragon Trail Gardens, do be sure to like and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, it'd be very much appreciated. This one is a bit of a slow burner, I think. We're going to get the hang of it as we go. So, as we go, there's no time scale on that at all. It's just a case of it'll click when it clicks. I think that's how it's going to go on this track in general. On Dragon Trail Seaside, it might not click at all. It might just be a case of, oh, well, nothing happened. We've got 8 minutes. Right, I need to stop bouncing through that chicane. And then, I don't really know. Last couple of corners, a bit more. Just don't go too wide, but try to brake it as much as possible. And then don't hit that curb on the exit onto this start-finish straight, otherwise you'll be in a world of pain. That's it again. Right, 39.818. An absolute PB. Right, I think I've improved it a little bit down to 818.818 of a second. We're back in again. When it loads in, we will be. Right, so this one is B13. Is there a better line for the last corner before the long straight? Yeah, that probably is. We're just not seeming to find it. / take the line through. Got Red Fox in this one. GL. And GL to everyone else running as well. Right, what's this race? 4? I think number 4. Should be number 5, but well, so far nothing's happened. It's all still, I don't know what happened earlier. I just don't know. We'll turn it on next time, and it's all nothing again. Then we'll maybe log it or something. Make a note of it. But it's still working fine. Don't know, technology. Right, Genesis G70 about to go again. From P13. Oh, the crash. Stop bouncing this flipping car, honestly. It's atrocious. Absolutely atrocious, this thing. I'm just waiting to turn around now. It is awful. Bouncing around. Terrible. Rejoining. We had no chance. No chance at all. What's... oh, damage is gone. Right, back of the grid. Oh well, purple first sector, we'll take it. It's something. Afternoon, Johnny. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it as always. Hope all is well. Oh, lap 3. 3 out of 5. Utterly plain. Right, what you're doing? Right, you're going in a straight. Fair enough. You're going in a straight line. We'll go with it. Absolutely plain awful, this race. It really is. But we've still got a lap and a bit to do to get it done. Right, 2 more to go, get it done. Not sure if notification. I don't think it did. I wouldn't worry about it. It's. I don't think it was a notification that was anything there. The other flags, don't really know what for, but anyway, the other flags are waving just because they are. About half a minute. Sounds about right, really, looking at the track radar. Right, so we'll go through to the next one. I think take it on from there, carry on. The problem is when you do have accidents like that, you just, well, you can see on the track radar that the whole field that just carry on in the train. You thought out the train, it's, well, it's on a race like this, it's basically game over. Right, get back into the next one. Seven minutes when it comes in. Right, 39.5 I think is doable. It definitely is. I mean, these guys are doing 38s, but it's expected. 38.4, that's a very tidy time. 38.4. I think just yeah, go for the 39. 39.5. But that's it. We go on to the next one. What car are we using? We are in the Genesis G70. It's a love-hate relationship today with the Genesis G70. I tried the Master, I think, yesterday, and I couldn't really get the hang of it. like 618. Oh, stop bouncing. Although, if you can contain the bouncing, it's not too bad. You can drive away from it relatively cleanly. It softens the blow a little bit. And then you just miss that corner. Teleport to the finish line a bit quicker. Right, one more lap, I think, is what we're going to get. Right, so we're back in to the next one. It's another fast lobby. Right, P14. Oh, try it. That one. Good luck to Red Fox P5. Give me some tips on how to get quick around this track. Anything that we can do. Almost beat the time. Yeah, I think it's going to take a lucky lap, I think, to do it. If we do it tonight. Or we'll get on the lap that's going to be the one to do it. And it'll be either times up for the lobby matchmaking, or we'll bin it on the last couple of corners. And we will bounce into the tyre barrier. And we'll finish on 39.8. Right, P13. We're just going to have to toughen it out, I think, on this one today. Fight, fight, fight from the back of the grid. this way then. Two to go. A big thanks to Ludo for subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated, and welcome to the channel. And we've got 2 laps to go on this one in P12. Mr. Chicane again. Messes up the whole complex, so if you do that. And that sums up how the night's going so far. Just about sums it up. It is not a good... We're not going to be battling at the front. That is absolutely not guaranteed. That was just clumsy. Plain clumsy. Can't see where it is. Actually can't see what I'm looking for. There. Right. Obviously, apologies for the spin out, the pit on the last corner. It sums it up so far. All we can do is go back in and just keep trying. It's on, yeah, unlucky. It is unlucky. Right, where are we? Be 1 minute 40, I think, again. 1 minute 40.3. pointless trying to take that corner when you do that. You might as well, you're going to lose so, even if you go through the corner, you'll lose so much time, it's ridiculous when you get through it. Hello, One. Welcome into the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Saw your message earlier. Big thanks for the dropping the like on the stream. Appreciate it, as always. We get a decent-ish last corner. No. Oh, no. No. I was going to say, if it stayed going up. Hello, Addy. Welcome into the stream. Thanks for GL for the next one. Appreciate it. Hope all is well. How were the races tonight? Well, I don't know. Without saying nothing short of a... Well, it's not quite a complete disaster, but it is very tough going on Dragon Trail Gardens. Tough lobbies all night so far. And I think it's going to stay that way until we get to the end. And even if we improve our qualifying time to 39.5, 39.4, we're going to be in the mid-pack. And we start bouncing on the curbs in the mid-pack. That's a bit of... That's got potential if we start doing that. Oh dear, sorry, I've just taken out 5 people behind me. Sorry. My car started bouncing on the curbs again, and I wasn't able to stop it. let the car go round in pause mode for the final lap. I'll type in the chat, sorry, but I'm having issues tonight with my car bouncing, so that's why I've taken you off. Not been pushed into other... Yeah, I think tonight, all the lobbies tonight have been... I think it might be top split, I don't know. It's up there, and that's adding to it as well as to why we're stuck at the back of the grid. Just getting it done, really. Yeah, let's go. Addy, and hello, Plankton. Welcome into the stream. Thanks to GLHF. Appreciate it. I hope all is well. Alright, let's get around the... Try to get around the first corner. Around the last corner, first lap. Likewise, yeah, good stuff, Plankton. Right, first corner. A bit of dirt on those other tyres, but well, not too bad so far. We're in 13th. Right, P12, and this is the highest we've been all night so far. P12, but it's near that. Into the hairpin. Need to undercut this one at the hairpin, but braking was a bit late. In there, put me off there. I could see someone coming up my inside and I was thinking they're going to go for it, and that's why I moved just to the right a little bit. Blimey. They on ghosting and then ghosting. It was very scary either way. I think just finish the race and then go from there. The flags out in force again. Well, it's like those old F1 teams in the late 80s, early 90s with a very, very small amount of budget, but big ambition, used to score points on the RNG of all the other cars, dropping out of every race. And that's the theme on this one. Big result, P9. It's a big result for us today. We'll take that. Bit of RNG to get us there to P9, but there you go. We'll have that one. And that is, without doubt, the best result of the stream so far. We're not really, because again, I mean, like, we're getting tough lobbies, but I think because of the guys in the lobbies, they are taking DR, but they're not taking masses and masses and masses of it. And that's pretty much the same as when we started. And I don't know how we're doing it, but we're not losing any SR, which I think is quite incredible. Really, all things considered. We've not lost a single ounce of safety rating tonight, and I'm actually quite astounded as to how we've managed to do that so far. But we still have a few races to go, and there is every chance that we are going to lose some SR at some. It's got to happen at some point. It's going to have to. It's the way of the race. 39.8. Very technical Herman Tilke-esque track, this one then, Dragon Trail Seaside. We'll go to quality. Oh, I've got 6 minutes. Getting there to A+. Yep, on this account we are. I think my main account is A+. I think my American account is... It's either very high A or A+. And my Oceania account, I think, is also A+. But I've not been on there for ages. But I think I think my Oceania account is just into A+. But I think this region's definitely, as from my experience, this region is probably the toughest to get to A+ on. But then again, there are some absolutely rapid guys on the American servers as well. One or two that are not too shabby either on Oceania. But I think this region is definitely the toughest to get to A+, in my experience of it. Is S above A+? Yes. So, yeah, so if you max out, well, I think this is how it works. If you max out A+, I think you've got to, I don't know, if you have to apply to PD for the S rank, and then if you're successful, they give it to you. I've raced 1 or 2 S ranks before on the American account, who were GT World finalists. I think a lot of them over here, the World finalists, they all use alternate accounts on the dailies. Alternate accounts that are in A+. That one. I could apply. I think you need an invitation to do it. I'm not quite sure how it works, but I think what happens is you get your A+ gets maxed out, and then once you've hit like the maximum DR you can possibly get in sport mode, then you then get the invite to go to S rank to apply for it. I think anyway. Because A+, it goes up very, very slow. Really slow. But the decreases in DR at A+, they can be quite rapid if you're not careful. Get it maxed out on A+. I think the only thing with that is that it would, I think it takes a very long time to do it, to get anything on it. Well, on A+, the DR goes up really slow. I think the highest ever DR I've ever had on any account on GT7, I think I got about an 8th into A+ on my main account once. And that's the highest I've ever had on DR on the game. That'll do then. I'm not sure we're going to get a new time, but keep trying. If you went on one account though, yeah, can do. I think American account's probably for me, the American account is probably the best bet of maxing out ever, getting close to maxing out A+. You need good races, good daily races that you like, so the track and car combo suits you, and just basically grind it as much as you can. I think that's basically what I did to get A+ on my main account, was just grind a daily as much as possible that we got on with. We've got Stampy in this one. Stampy's very quick in Group 4 cars. A very tidy 39.3 from Stampy. Got Red Fox in as well. Stampy in I think that's the John Cleland livery. When John Cleland very famously said on the grandstand he was going for first at Silverstone, 92, when it was, I think. The BTCC finale that year. The zigzag section losing... Yeah, possibly. Definitely. Possibly for losing time. Right, so we're in P12 for this one. Have a look in the bouncy Genesis. Oh, blimey. Let me just keep going. That'll pop out, I think, in time. I mean, I was saying about BTCC Silverstone before, and I think in this one it's a little bit... Oh, I've got damage on the front right. I'll have to channel our inner John Clennon ourselves, I think. Bit of Tim Harvey and Steve Sofa in the mix as well. Hello, Dreamcatcher. Welcome into the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Hope all is well. What is happening there? It's nothing short of chaos, nothing short of drama on Dragon Trail Gardens. I mean, this one, it's hotting up. We're surviving in P11, start on lap 4. We've got 2 laps to go. Car's having a mare in the first corner again. Just steer through there if you don't get the line right. Right, one more lap to go. Where's P11 2 tenths behind us? Oh, that's going to put us off there. It's compromise. Persia coming in. Well, it's P11 in that one. Drama. Yet again on this one. We've had a fair bit of... We've had bits going on. Right, let's go back into quali. Yeah, thanks one for the GGs. Appreciate it as always. Bit of dive in. There's a bit. I think it's again. It's one of those races that you finish where you start, unless cars go off in front of you, or you get some other kind of RNG that's going to move you up the order to nick 1 or 2 places. Interlagos and Group 4 cars, we don't really do that good here, or there, either. And one absolute hero, absolute legend with the 5 gifted, massively appreciated, as always. Dublin Dave, Ridge Racer, Bran, M3 and Sean as channel members. And again, hugely appreciated. Absolute champion. The track's got a lot of pushing to pass. Yeah, finish where you start. So it's... You get the look of cars going off in front of you. Or cars... Yeah, just cars having issues. And if that doesn't happen, then it's... yeah, what else can you do? Push to pass. It's... Yeah, it's... Well, there's the hairpin. Push to pass. Prime example. We have had a bit of that today, but I think we're just getting them done, really, today. Just to say, we've had a go on this week's Daily Race B. 6 minutes and 50. I'm still chasing this 39. 39.5. We'll just stop here and just hang out with these guys. Take for the minute. Oh dear. Yes, Marshals, it's been rough. I can't lie to you. It's been a rough night. It's been a rough night, guys. It's not been great. We are surviving on Dragon Trail Gardens. Well, you know, there's been plenty of action, though. There's been a fair bit going on. You going to bed? Yeah, no worries, Dreamcatcher. Big thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, as always. And we'll no doubt see you again very soon. And have a good night as well. Out. Oh, right, 5 minutes. I would like to actually try this, so I'm going to try and actually, yeah, get around the chicane properly. Right, go. Right, 1 minute 40. I will not miss this race when it's gone. I'm not gonna lie. I will not miss this race. There are some races that I do enjoy. This is just not one of them, really. It's just get the job done. It's a fun track to drive, but the Genesis and the bouncing is what's doing it at the minute. Minute till the next race. go. Right, we started half an hour late. Because my equipment wasn't working. So this one should be the last one. But we'll do it and see whether or not I'll do another one afterwards. But yeah, this one was planned to be the last race, but we'll see how it goes. Seeing as our captured device decided to go on strike before the start of the stream, but it's worked today. It's not been too bad. It's been all right, really. I've not had any, no, nothing. Oh, hang on. No, nothing. No. No idea what happened. But yeah, we'll do this one, and then I might just do another one anyway, just to round it off, we'll see. And then I'm going to go to Stampy and I'm going to be like, what you doing? How are you half a second faster than me? What's the formula? What's the secret to this track? I think he's going to say, probably, don't use the Genesis in qualifying. And that's going to be probably 90% of the answer that I'm looking for. But there you go, it's one of them. Yeah, thanks one for the GL. Appreciate it, as always. Right, P13. They bounced a bit, put us off this one. Jumped to the stream earlier. Good old Stampy. He's always very good in Group 4 cars in general, is Stampy. Always at the front in GR4 races. I think Interlagos in Group 4, I think he was about a second faster than us on that daily. But again, that was the first week of the new pedals. A bit like through there, they're trying to get past, but it's kind of like I need the space to navigate the corner. Bit of a fear of turning over for your line, and then all of a sudden they've gone into the gap that you want or need, and then that's it. You get the contact. Keeps the left hand side. just slips a bit on the chicane. But this will make a difference. Just try it, see what happens. Where someone's going to say that's what you should have been doing all night, of just basically putting the wrong brake balance for 3 hours, but oh well. I can't tell a difference, to be honest. I can't tell. I'm at the point where it's just survival. Incredible with all the equipment. You learn from everyone every time. It's good stuff. Yeah, my equipment wasn't working today when I first turned it on. Cars going out, left, right and centre. On 16, it's quite warm in here at the minute. Alright. Right, one more lap to go in this one. Right, keep this on the track. We get a P12. Right, I'm going to do one more brake balance on the front of the car just to see what it's like. Have we been running the wrong brake balance for 2 hours and 48 minutes? Well, I'll try one more and see what it's like. I mean, if we have, it's our own fault. If we've been putting brake balance. And that's why the car's been so awful. Or not as good as it can be. Yeah, so we'll do that. Right, brake balance on -5. I think, yeah. Shouldn't be too bad on time. Yeah, thanks one, the GGs. Appreciate it, as always. I think we'll be alright on time. Yeah, because the Atenza is a qualifying car mainly. But I've not really not had enough time in it. Which is the reason I jumped straight in the Genesis today. We had the runs in it last week on Grand Valley. Right, do that. Not too bad. 40. About the same on time. tyres still grip? Well, they do a little bit. Got a really good lap now and it'll go through to matchmaking, won't it? 29.7. Right, I think we've bottled a 39.7 there, so we'll see where that goes in the lobby. Hello Demos, welcome into the stream, thanks for tuning in, appreciate it as always, hope all is well. So I said 39.7 is what we've just bottled, and that would have been 8.7. And even so, I think this one is, when it comes in, is it all refreshed up? The lobby's full. Right, I think this one is the highest place we've started all night, so really try to make the most of it. Although, well, let's see what happens. Got Stampy on the front row of the grid. Good luck to Stampy on the front row in the Atenza, which is probably the car that I should have used, but it is what it is. Just wait, yeah, just wait for it to go to that. As I'm guessing, the Atenza doesn't bounce around as much in qualifying, so it's a nice car for that. I can't see people. There you go. Right, we are in... yeah, I'm going to run -5 in this one from the beginning. Right, away we go. -5 brake balance. P9's our best result so far today. broken away at the front. Right, it's one to go. Well, it's taken 3 hours to get our act together tonight, but I will take that one. I just wanted to finish. I wasn't really fussed about pushing too hard. I just wanted to finish the race and just get it done, basically. 3 hours in, we've finally got a race. And it does, well, that was great balance on the front. We had a bit of luck getting to 5th place. But was that it? We've done the whole stream for 3 hours on the wrong brake balance. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, like I say, if we have, it's our own fault. So we can't really blame anybody for our own doings if that is the case. But although, oh, I don't know, I don't want to go into it. The car felt roughly the same. I think the focusing point is to take the P5. And only 7 seconds behind the race winner. We'll take that. Right, I am, about half an hour over time. But, well, it was worth doing another one in the end. 3 hours to get that race worked out to a degree. Not bad, really. Oh, what a night. There has been, well, there has been chaos, there has been drama right across the board on Dragon Trail Gardens tonight. Wash the car. Because we're here in GT Auto, we'll wash the car. Do this one as well. It's been rough, to say the least. However, we did get P5 in the last race, which I'll take. That is a very good result for us. It is like a win for us taking P5. That's as good as 25 points for top step of the podium for today, P5. And, okay, fair enough. 3-star prize spin, although I think I deserve a 6-star doing that, but that's just me. There you go. But we do get a car. We'll take a Subaru BRZ for finishing 5th. Put it in the garage. Maybe when that Toyota Subaru daily race comes up, whenever that is, we can take it out for a ride then at some point. But I think on that one, I am half an hour over time as my equipment wasn't playing ball when I first started. So we will call it there for today. But yeah, it's been one of those, hasn't it? Chaos, drama at the Gardens. But I think the P5 in the end has saved us, and we are still pretty much where we were when we started. So I can't complain with, yeah, I think that was the same as when we started. Well, it's near enough the same from when we started 3 hours ago. So there you go, 3 hours in to get a result in daily race speed, but we got it. It was worth it. So, oh well, now we've done it, quite possibly got the hang of the race. Maybe see about Friday, if we do come in Friday. I think we should be here Friday, so we'll come in and have a look at some more daily races. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so end of the month might be a bit of a different kind of thing on the channel, different kind of stream. Looking into it at the minute. Last week of the month, so something a bit different that we're going to try and maybe do. Try maybe to make what we're going to start doing a bit of a monthly thing. So hopefully nice little thing to look forward to on the channel, on the streams every month on the last week. I'm going to say last week of every month. So looking into it at the minute. So we're looking good though to do that. So like I say, something a bit different to bring onto the channel and into the streams. So yeah, there's that to come up. But Friday, we'll try to come in Friday. We'll do some more dailies then and see how we go. So big thanks as always for tuning in. Very much appreciated. As always, big massive thanks again to One for the 5 gifted. Absolute hero, absolute champion. It is, as always, very much appreciated. And do subscribe to the channel if you are new, and do take care. Like we say, 3 hours, 3.25 hours, and we finally got a race. What we like, I don't know. It's some dailies you like, some dailies you don't. It is one of those. But before we go, have a look and see what's occurring. I'm just trying to work out that one. I'm trying to work out what buttons I need to press. Yeah, I'll go and say hello to Stampy. See what Stampy's up to. Go do that. Right, if you stay in the stream as it's closing out, you should, all being well, end up with Stampy. So do like and sub to Stampy if you're new to his channel. I'm sure that he would very much appreciate it. I'll probably just pop in and say hello before we turn off in here for the night. So on that one, I'll be back probably Friday for some more dailies. So until then, big thanks for tuning in. And as always, do subscribe to the channel if you do, and do take care. And I will see you next time for some more dailies. Bye.